In this video, I am going to show you how to scatter grass or any other objects using geometry nodes and weight painting. And also I am going to show you how to animate that grass. It is going to be a fun and easy task. Let's dive in. In Blender, I simply took a plane and I sculpted it this way. And I also textured it. I just took three different types of textures and texture stacked it, that's all. Now coming to geometry node setup. In geometry nodes, add a new geometry node setup here. And first, add distribution on point. So distribution faces. And after that, add instances on point. Now the plane will disappear. For that, now add join geometry and connect your input to here. After that, we need to add instances. Instances you can add single objects or a set of collections. For now, I'll add a collection info. You can either add collection or you can also add object info. If you have a single object, you can use this, or if you have a collection, use this. I have collection right now, so I'm using collections. Here, select your collection. I'll click grass one and grant instances to here. Let me go to shader mode. And to add multiple collections, duplicate this. I have 3 collections total. I'll duplicate it one more time. I'll take join geometry, connect it here. And now make this connection grass 2 collection, grass 4 collection. Connect this instance to here. So I have 3 different other collections connected to our join geometry, then to instance points, then everything is same. Here, our points are now scattered randomly, but some of our grasses are very near and properly not scattered. For that, go to Poisson disk. Here you can adjust minimum distance and maximum density also. Minimum distance is distance between the scattering. Here grasses are cluttered here. 4 different types of grasses are at the same point. For that you can add some distance. I'll add 0.2 here. No, 0.2, 0.4. 0.4 is much higher. 0.3. 0.3 is okay. Now every grass object has its own point. They are not colliding with each other. Or if you want collision, you can just decrease the distance between these collections. That is your wish. And now I will increase the density. Density means it will increase the number of collections. If I make this now 20, number of collections will increase. And I'll make this 30 to make it more denser. This is okay for sample now. Otherwise my PC will become slow. For random scaling and random rotation, take a random value node, duplicate it one more time, and connect this to scale. Now our grass objects became much smaller because minimum scale is 0.00. Make this as 0.5 or 6, that is your wish. With this, our collections will have different scale. They will not be even. In real life also, every object will not be even. So this will make it look better. And now also we should add rotation. For that, take this float and change it as vector. Now connect this to rotation. Scale will take float values, rotation will take vector values. Now make the x and y as 0. We don't need rotation x and y axis, we just need a rotation z axis. That's all. Make this as 10 or something. That's it. With this, our basic scattering is done. Now let's add weight painting into this so that we can select where scattering should be done and where scattering should not be done. So suppose if you have land, and in that land there will be a path. In that path you don't need grass and all these flowers. So here we will use weight painting to do that. Now let's go to vertex, add a new vertex group. Now let me first go to modifiers and switch off this geometry node for a second. Go to object mode, go to vertex paint, make sure that you're in groups, in that vertex group selected. Now in weight painting, wherever there is blue, their scattering will not happen. Wherever there is red color, their scattering will be happening. So let me paint this whole thing red first, because I need a small part where scattering should not be happen. Let me paint this red and decrease the weight. Let me go into object mode for a second. And here I don't need scattering. This is the path where scattering should not be happen. Let me keep this like this and go to weight painting. Decrease my brush size. I made this weight paint. In blue places scattering will not be done. All these other places scattering will be done. That's it. Come back to object mode. Go to modifiers and turn on our geometry mode back. Now here connect this density factor to your input groups. Now you will have this slider here where density will be controlled between 0 and 1 values. Where if there is you kept it 0, there will be no density, there will be no scattering, and 1 is full scattering. We don't need this value to control this now. I will click on this and now place your vertex groups here. I named it as I didn't rename it, so it is same as groups here. Keep your vertex group here. See, now in these places the scattering is not happening. That's it. Here wherever there is between painting, in some places there is scattering, in some places there is no scattering. This is the setup with weight painting and scattering. Now I will show you how to animate the grass, so that you can make some small animations or small scenes, small rendering scenes where grass is moving. To animate the grass, first detach these two random values. We need this, keep it here, bring it down here, and now add a noise texture. And make it into 4D. And now add a math node and change add to subtract. And then add a vector math node, no, not math, vector math node, and change this to scale. And now add rotation. What is it called? Rotation. Yes, rotation. Add rotation and change this to local. Now bring this here. Connect fact to the value to vector to rotation. Now give this random value in vector to this one. Give this rotation value to here. You can keep this scale value here. Now if you keyframe this W value in Animator and move it slightly, you can make you can see that grass is moving here. If you want to increase the intensity, you can change this value to increase the intensity also. With this node setup, you can easily make some animation of grass. After that, make a building and make some trees using M-Tree add-on. Finally, with some lights, you can easily make a render like this. While we are here, let me also show you how to animate these trees. I made in M-Tree add-on. I made with M-Tree add-on. If you made your trees using M-Tree add-on, you will have your leaves separately and your tree with this tree branch separately. Now select your leaves and click on this make instance real. After clicking on that, you will get all the different leaves with different objects. Every leaf will become one different object. Now with this selected, open your tree, expand your tree. Here you will find the main leaf tree here. Also select this, make this as main selection. This should highlight in yellow color. Then there is a main selection. Then click Ctrl J. It will join your leaves into one collection. After joining your leaves into one object, now add an empty plane axis, scale it up. Now click I to add keyframes. Now go to your end frame. Make this Z rotation to 720. That is 2 rotations. 2 full rotations. Make a mark here. Now click here to select both points and click T and make it as linear. Now again go back to your leaves, click on your leaves, add a modifier called a displace modifier. Now it will appear like this, no need to worry, we'll change this afterwards. Now first add a texture, we'll add cloud texture. After adding cloud texture, we'll change the local to object and select the empty as your object. After that, change the strength to 0.2 or 0.3. I'll keep it as 0.2. After that, leaves will go back to the actual view. No bulging will happen at the base of the leaves. Everything will be fine, shading and rendering. With that, if you hit play, the leaves are moving according to the cloud texture, noise texture. You cannot see that clarity because of my slow PC, but the leaves are moving in a noisy texture pattern. This is for the leaves. Now let's animate the branch. Now for this trunk and the branches, let me hide the leaves first. You can see now so that you can see clearly. Now click on this. Add modifier called simple deform. Change this to bend. Now according to this angle and according to the axis, according to the axis, the tree will bend. Let me show you. It is 45. Let me make it as 100. In x-axis, the tree will bend like this way. If I keep it as y-axis, the tree will bend this way. Okay. Now to animate this, bring this to 0th frame and make the angle again to 0. So the tree will be straight. Bring this to x and now click on this keyframe to make a keyframe and open the graph editor. Here you can see angle simple deform. By selecting on this, add a modifier called, go to modifiers and add a modifier called noise modifier. Make the scale as 12. For the tree movement, 12 is better according to me, according to my scenes. And make the strength as 0.07. With that, your tree will move right and left subtly. Not too much, but subtly. And with that leaf animation on top, you will get a tree movement so that it will look like it is moving according to the wind. Now we should apply this to all the trees in the scene. I'll do that and I'll show you the results.